Now that you've been introduced to this makeup, we're going to talk a little bit about application. So I want to give you a few tips before you apply your makeup. When you apply your moisturizer beforehand, make sure you let it settle and dry before you apply your cream makeup. You also want to be sure that if you're somebody who likes to use primer, that it is a water-based primer and not a silicone primer. You also have the option to use our setting spray. Seint has a setting spray. You can just spray it all over your face, or you can use a beauty blender to apply it. I'm going to show you the ease of the application. One thing to note, you can use your fingers with this cream makeup. Some people, that's not their jam, so they grab a brush instead. This one is called the Blur Brush. Other people like the smudge brush. So these three colors right here will make up your 3D foundation. So we have our contour color, our brightening shade, and our main shade. I'm going to show you where each of these colors go, and first we're going to start with contour. So our contour color is going to be the darker brown color, and we are just going to apply the contour in areas of our face where we typically have shadows. And what this contour is doing, it is creating dimension in our face. So our face is already created with dimension in it. And whenever we apply liquid or powder foundation, we are flattening and taking away all of the dimension of our face. So I'm applying the contour color in a little backwards 3 on my face. So I'll go along my hairline, on the high points of my cheekbone, and on my jawline. You can even take your contour color and apply it down the sides of your nose and underneath your lip. Okay, moving on to our brightening shade. Our brightening shade is going to be a little bit brighter than our skin tone shade because we're going to be applying it in our T-zone. So our T-zone, if you're not familiar with that, it is basically the center of our face. So we're going to apply it straight down the center, along our nose, and all the way down. So the point of this color is to draw the eye and the attention to these areas. So I always like to go in the corner of my eyes to make those brighter, and the edge corner of my eye to give me a little bit of lift. Okay, hopping to our main shade. This is the shade that looks closest to your skin tone color. So we are going to apply that everywhere that is missing. So you can kind of view it as like a check mark here, but we're basically just filling in the gaps. The beauty of this makeup is that you don't have to apply this main shade all over your face to make it flat, like I said earlier. Every single tin of makeup has coverage in it. So you're not having to apply tons and tons of makeup. This is just one layer of makeup on our face. So once you're to this point where you have kind of filled in all the missing gaps, you can go ahead and take your lip and cheek color and apply, but I'm just going to go ahead and blend it all out so you can see, and we'll add our lip and cheek color after. I'm going to use this 3D brush to blend all of this together. I like to start from lightest to darkest, but any way you do it, you can't mess this up. So now that we have all of that blended, now we're going to take our lip and cheek color and apply it to our cheeks right above our contour. I'm going to take that and use my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm just going to tap that in an upwards motion. And again, if you do not want to apply with your fingers, you can take the brush and just dip in and do the same thing. I'm going to take that same exact color that I used, and I'm going to just apply it to my lips and the same. If you want to use a brush, just dip in So far, I have shown you how to use your 3D foundation and your lip and cheek colors. And now I'm going to show you how to use bronzer. So for bronzer, think of just warming up your face. I tap and I apply on the sides of my face. And this is where you want to think of bronzer as a place where the sun would naturally hit you. So on the high points of your cheek, kind of where your blush goes, and then the end of your nose. And then you just blend that down all the way to your neck. You can also use your bronzer or your contour as a lip liner. And this is one of my favorite things to do. Okay, so another fun thing to add to your palette are illuminators. So we have a cream illuminator and we have a powder illuminator. The cream is going to be more subtle and the powder illuminator is going to be more pigmented. So using this, you apply on your cheekbones to give you a little bit more shimmer and dewy finish. And you can even apply this down the center of your nose, right underneath your eyebrow. You can even take this and apply it to your lip to give you a little bit more shimmer. Use it as an eyeshadow. I mean, the possibilities are endless. If you're someone who likes more of a matte finish, then you're gonna wanna take our Vanilla Des setting powder, and you can grab a brush or a beauty blender. I like to use a beauty blender for this, and you're just gonna tap into that powder and press into that makeup to set it. So we just did our entire face with this one compact. I did want to let you know that you can take your contour color and use it to fill in your eyebrows, or you can take a darker eyeshadow color and use that to fill in your eyebrows as well. The thing about these tins is that you can use them a variety of ways. So just ask your artist how you can use your tins in different ways, and she'll be glad to help you.